Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and members. Right Honorable Speaker, as a law student and a practitioner, the basic principle we are taught and we learn and we practice is that judgments of court, particularly the Supreme Court, are judgments in rem. They are not in personam. Meaning that all must abide not only the Attorney General, but the constitutional order in the country must listen and adhere. So, number two, the Land Attorney General, Right Honorable Speaker, did his best when he made arguments before the Supreme Court. He did his best. That is the best he could offer. Now for this House to demand and to expect a better alternative from him, I think would be too much. That is the best he could offer. He stayed the Constitutional Court order. He ran to the Supreme Court, prepared himself, robed himself, got all his entourage with wheels and cattle. He proceeded to the Supreme Court. Unfortunately, he couldn't do better than he did in the Constitutional Court.
What is the
to that regard, Right Honorable Speaker,
I need the procedure matter.
Yes. For this House to expect a procedural guidance from the Land Attorney General, when he had failed to convince the 7 justices of the Supreme Court, Mr. Speaker, sir, would be a big disservice, not only to this country, but to Parliament. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, I listened in very well. Once you talk about the Constitution, it is the paramount and the fundamental law we have. In his statement, I heard him say that the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecutions, should liaise with the General Court Martial to get files and process those files. Right Honorable Speaker, for purposes of record and the Hansard of this House, Article 120 of the Constitution is the Director of Public Prosecutions. And Clause 6 states, in the exercise of the functions conferred on him or her by this article, the Director of Public Prosecutions shall not be subject to the direction or control of any person or authority. By the Land Attorney General telling the DPP to go and liaise with the General Court Martial is in total breach of this Constitution. And I would therefore like to say that his guidance, even now, is continuing to offend this Constitution. And therefore, I would pray that we give him leave so that he can rest, he can think about the events of this country, he can choose whether he wants to take the country the constitutional path or he wants to take this country in the dark times, and without any delay, comply with the Constitution, with the Supreme Court orders, and release these persons detained, so that now the country can breathe a sigh of relief. Without that, whatever explanation is taking and talking about, he's wasting the time of this House and is continuing to agonize the constitutional order of this country. And I pray that anymore, Mr. Speaker, sir.